Video, we're going to be taking a look at the Asset Tool in Design Mode. Now, to get to the Asset Tool in Design Mode, you can go to the Design Mode toolbar and click the Asset Tool icon, which will switch from any of the other tools to Asset Tool. You can also go to View, Design Settings, and Asset Tool. Once you have the Asset Tool selected, what's going to happen is your environment's going to change, so you have a cursor in design mode which shows a paint bucket. Now if you hold down control, what's going to happen is you're going to see that the cursor changes to a picker tool. And what this means is that if you're holding down control, it's going to be picking stuff up from the environment, and if you let up on control, it's going to be dropping stuff into the environment from the asset panel. Now it's tied very tightly to what tab you have selected in the asset panel. So if you have the colors tab selected, you're going to be working with colors with the asset dropper tool. If you have images selected, you're going to be working with images. So let's just go back to colors for the moment, and we'll hover over the grid data header, and we'll hold down control, and what happens is we switch to the picker icon to let us know that we've actually got the picker version of the tool up and running. So if we hold down control and we click, what's going to happen is that we are going to see a menu pop up that's going to allow us to select the specific color we want. Now there are more than one colors in this style that we've clicked on, so it's given us a list of all of the colors that we can pick. We can pick the background color or the border color. That's the two colors that are available in this header style. So for the time being, let's click the background color. Now what's going to happen is over in the asset panel, you'll see that's actually picked up that color. Now, if we were to go and just click without holding down control on another item, what's going to happen is it's going to pop up a list, and the list is going to be a list of places we can put the color. So we can either put it on the font, in the background, on all borders, on the top border, bottom border, left border, or right border. So if we just click Set Font Color, what happens is the font color goes to that color that we have selected over in the asset panel. I'll just back up there for a moment and undo that. And what we're going to do is we have this color picker at the top of the asset panel, and we're going to change the color to be of a greenish hue. So now that we've got this greenish color, we're going to go back to the header, and we're going to click without holding down control, which is going to bring up the option to paste this into the color setting. Now the header has been made using the background genie, and what's interesting about this is now if I go and I click Set Background Color, it's going to go in, figure out how it needs to change that generated gradient that we generated using the background genie in order to make it match the color that I've just pasted into the background. So that's a very powerful way that you can just tweak the way that your colors look if you're using generated backgrounds. So we can see that we just did that. Now on the Images tab, you can paste images in, much with the same fashion, but since images only really work in backgrounds, you can only use images in backgrounds. Now I happen to have this image, which is a gradient that I've copied from another style. Now that I have this image available, I can actually paste it into the background of an element in this. And we have a couple of tool settings down here at the bottom that would allow us to control how it's pasted. The first one's position, which for the moment you can position it in all these various locations, but for the moment we want it to be along the top, and we want it to be repeated along the X, which would basically mean that it would create a gradient repeated along the X. And we also want to automatically get the background color. So if we go and we click, for instance, on there, what you'll see is that it's actually pasted it into the background, it's pasted that image in. But furthermore, it's also gone into the image, and if we go back to the Select tool and we click on Grid Data, what you'll see is it's actually gone into the image, and it's looked up, and it's found the background color that would best match the rest of the image background, and it's actually selected that and color, and it's inserted in. So with the Asset tool for pasting colors and images or copying colors and images out of your CSS, you can very quickly tweak the way that things look in a very speedy fashion.